Let's just get this shit over with. Hey everyone, Token Dave over here. Dorky token black guy who's just trying to get by. Welcome to another edition of the Godzilla Garage, where I exclusively talk about Godzilla and Godzilla related content. Spoiler warning, alright? If you have not seen Godzilla Planet Eater, which don't, but if you have not seen Godzilla Planet Eater, right, and don't want anything spoiled, stop this video right now. Oh boy. Anyway, I already went over, in depth, mind you, my feelings on the other two movies within this trilogy. So, if you want an in-depth description of the previous two movies, I'll put the links down below. I didn't give City on the Edge of Battle a formal review, but if you want it, here it is, okay? Haru got saved by the natives, right? Which there are twin native girls that are main ones, which we all know are the Shobijin, or this universe's take on the Shobijin. They're using nanometal as their weapons, which is the same metal used to create Mechagodzilla. Mechagodzilla is actually a giant city, which is lamer than it sounds. There's a ethical dispute about, any means necessary tactics. The main chick that, wants to bang Haru actually dies. And that's pretty much it. This movie was a giant fucking turd burger. So, and post-credits, they mention Ghidorah. So, we're on this shit train, and basically, people are wondering if, people in the space station are wondering if Haru went insane, The aliens that, died, they died without Haru following them, while the humans are questioning Haru, but they're also questioning the other aliens more. And the only interesting character in the whole series, Mephius, his plan gets revealed as we see that he has been manipulating events all along so that he could use Haru as a conduit to summon Ghidorah in order to defeat Godzilla as well as destroy the planet and remnants of the human race and the other aliens. Oh, God. Now, I'm going to be very honest. This movie is better than City on the Edge of Battle, which, like I said, is a turd burger. That still doesn't excuse what a piece of shit this movie is. Okay? Let's get the good things out of the way first, We see Mephius' plan, and Mephius is still the most interesting character. One other person, I forget his goddamn name, but he was a doctor. He's one of the survivors, of the whole, battle with Godzilla and everything in the previous two movies. He becomes a little more interesting, while explicit more so, exposition, spouting out more exposition, he's still a little more interesting. Haru dies! Thank you, Lord! Oh, God. One of the worst lead characters that I've ever goddamn seen. Who had no character development. So, with that... Oh, and one thing. King Ghidorah is actually really goddamn massive. I would envision King Ghidorah being this massive and this much of a threat. With that said, however... Yeah, King Ghidorah pretty much... does look like, spaghetti. It just looks like 3 giant spaghetti heads, because that's all we goddamn see. We get an idea or a glimpse of how massive he is, but yeah. And while more does happen, it's still very uninteresting. All we see is basically Ghidorah wrapping himself around Godzilla, and Godzilla trying to attack him by going like this. Which all he does is phase through King Ghidorah, and the atomic breath doesn't work. It just goes right through King Ghidorah. Some bullshit about Ghidorah being something from a parallel dimension, a different time and space. So our physics and ways of gravity does not the same towards him. And Mephius being some bullshit conduit and everything. You're trying to have a mental battle with Haruo and his beliefs and how people use religion, at a time of desperate need. You know what? I'm giving this movie way, way too much credit because this movie tries to be what Star Trek is, having philosophical debates and dialogues about, religion, ethical means, human nature, and the nature of every living being, but it's just boring as goddamn fuck. Godzilla's not interesting, King Ghidorah's not interesting. We finally see a silhouette of Mothra, and that's all we fucking see. This movie is whack. God. Godzilla is perfect for an anime, but it's like they didn't even give a goddamn about anything. Hell, they didn't, you hear things on the internet and news about their thoughts on how to make this movie, but this movie is fucking whack. Don't waste your goddamn time. Agree, disagree, you got any other thoughts, please drop them in the comments below. Give me a like, follow me on Facebook at Token Dave, or on Twitter or Instagram at Token Dave 80. Subscribe, ring that bell so you know when a new video loads. Goddamn, fuck this movie.